With over 7 billion people on the planet, have you ever been curious about another culture other than your own? Well, look no further. Today, I will inform you about the Lebanese culture and how much they differ than the United States. Why should you listen to me, you may ask? Well, I've become an expert, whether it's through books, documentaries, and my personal experience growing up with a Lebanese friend who is pretty much just like family. I picked up on a couple of things, and over the years, you learn a little bit more about them every day. So I'm going to start off by describing the social norms of Lebanese culture. In terms of business and business related activities, there's no fixed price most of the time on any deals or anything. There's a lot of negotiations. There's a lot of bargaining going on, and that just goes to into the interactions and how they interact differently. There's a lot in the States. We have a personal bubble in terms of elbow room space. When they communicate with people, it's a lot more friendly. It's a friendly atmosphere. So they may come up to you a little bit closer, touch on you a little bit. It's just how they communicate over there. So, also next, the next big major difference in their society is that they're a lot more family oriented. In terms of a society, they're more of a collectivist society, and we're an individualistic society, so it differs a lot. In terms of what time the kids leave, say people right after college find their own place most of the time in the United States. It's a lot later in the other culture. Most of the time you don't even leave until you have the funds. Well, obviously, but until you get married with another person. That's the main reason why people leave. Other than that, in terms of finances, they stay in the same house a lot and collect money, and that's a lot different than the United States culture. In terms of the parenting, I know everyone's different, but they're a lot more strict, especially when it comes to the females. Say if you have a teenage kid, you're not gonna let them outside most of the time. But in the States, it's not that much big of a deal. They go to a party, have fun with their friends. In that culture, their last name carries a lot of value, and the reputation around them is a big thing. In the United States, it's a lot of more informal communication. So I may tell you my first name, but I wouldn't tell you my last name because it wouldn't hold much value. But I'll tell you my whole name if it was like a job or something. But most of the time, people aren't worried about your last name or nothing. It doesn't really carry that much value. Lastly, in terms of religion, over there, they're very involved with their religion. It's even embedded in their government. You may have a prime minister. They have to be a Christian, and then another speaker in a big executive position in terms of the government. They have to be like a Sunni, and then etc. Many different positions are split in terms of power and religion, and recently they've had a lot of tension with religion and violence, and you may see a reform soon because there's a lot going on over there in terms of that. Finally, those are pretty much the three big differences in terms of your everyday life, and I just want to communicate the social norms are different, communication, and religion. And I think overall, if you listen, I've educated you on most of the differences. And I want to thank you for your time.